As the court pleases, my lord, the state calls the next witness, Constable Sizwe Skhumbuzo Zungu. As indicated yesterday, the witness name is not on the list.
Yes. So the witnesses.
Sorry, come on. Sorry, come on.
I saw them food.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Okay. The matter. Ukhulume ukuthi umuntu osenkantolo kujona uphakamise.
Sizwe Skhumbuzo Zungu.
Uyimisele ukufuna ukuthi uzokhuluma iqiniso.
Yebo.
Ungabe uzokusho la inkantolo izobe iqiniso. Iqiniso lozoliphelele. Uma kunjalo phakamise isandla sakho sokudla. Phakamise isandla. Inkosi ngisize ngikhuluma iqiniso. The witness is sorry.
You may be seated if you want to, sir.
As the court please, my lord, the witness is going to refer to Exhibit S.
Exhibit S.
Yes, Exhibit S. Mr. Zungu, what is your occupation?
Babu Zungu usebenza kuphi? I am a police officer.
What is your rank?
Isifunda sakho?
Constable.
You constable.
How many years service do you have in the South African police?
5 years.
Neminyaka 12 ngisemaphoyiseni.
To which division of the police are you attached?
Invisible policing.
Ngisebenza phansi kwayo ke invisible policing, which ukuthi amaphoyisa ke abonakalayo.
At which station?
Sebenza SAPS.
Igama lendawo sebenza SAPS.
And where is that?
Ikuphi?
Side in the
And the side of Eden Vale.
Do you know the accused before this court?
Abasolwa abaphambi kwale nkantolo uyabazi?
Yebo uyabazi.
Yes, I know them.
Can you just briefly state as to how you know them?
Awusho nje kafishane ke ukuthi ubazi kanjani?
Umuzi ngiyamazi umakhelwane wami wasekhaya.
Ubani? I know Muzi. He is my neighbor back home.
If you say Muzi, which accused are you referring to?
Uma ukhuluma ngoMuzi ukhuluma ngamuphi umsolo?
Accused number 1.
Umsolo wokuqala.
Yeah, just refer to them in their numbers just to avoid confusion.
Sicela ke ubabize kanjalo ke ngamanamba abo ke ukuthi umsolo number 1 number. Yebo simaqhubeka ke.
Yes.
Accused number 2.
Mafika, I choose number 2.
Gaza, accused number 3.
Gaza, I choose number 3.
And accused number 2, how do you know him, or from where do you know him?
I choose number 2. Yena ke umazi kanjani noma umazela kuphi?
Ngazela khona la ngasekhaya.
I also know him from back home.
And where is that?
Ikuphi lapha? KwaNongoma, but I would say Sosuthu.
Yes, may proceed.
Singaqhubeka ke.
Gaza.
It is Gaza.
And it's accused.
I choose number 3.
And where do you know him from?
Umazela kuphi? I saw him for most of the time here in Gauteng. But the first time when I saw him for the first time, I saw him in Fort Loras.
Yes. Proceed.
Thokozisi, I khumbula eFort Loras, and
Then it is in Thokozisi. I also remember him from First Loras, but not from back home.
And his accused number?
Number one, number 4.
Yes.
Yebo.
Kani
Then it's Nkani.
ngicabanga ukuthi ngibona iPost Loras.
I also think I saw him in First Loras.
And his accused number?
Was again?
Number 5.
Number 5.
Is it correct that on the 26th of October 2014 a certain incident occurred which led to you coming to court to testify today?
Ingabe kuyiqiniso yini ukuthi zi-26 October 2014 kunesigameko esenzeka esiholele ekuthini ke ube la enkantolo uzofakaza namuhla?
Yebo kuyiqiniso.
Yes, that is true.
Can you tell the court in your own words what happened on the day?
Ngitshela le nkantolo ke ukuthi yini eyenzeka ngalelo langa.
Uma ngikhumbula kahle ekuseni ngathola i-call from uGwabini okuyindodana wami kodwa uzayomba ubhuti wami.
If I remember well, I received a call in the morning from Gwabini, who is my son, but is my brother's son. Yebo.
What is his surname?
Ubani isibongo sakho Gwabini? Zungu.
Yes. And where does he stay?
Uhlala kuphi nendawo yena?
Ngihlala ePost Loras.
In First Loras.
Where in First Loras?
First Loras. Suthu Hostel.
Yes, you may proceed.
Maqhubeka.
Wathi mayingifonela wangibiza wathi ngingakhona yini ukuthi ngifike ePost Loras.
Upon calling me, Gwabini then wanted to know from me whether I'll be able to come to First Loras on that day.
Yes. Is it correct that he invited you to his place at
Objection, my lord.
the hostel?
Objection, my lord.
As a court? I'm just trying to avoid hearsay evidence, but if counsel doesn't mind that, then it's fine. Yes, you may proceed.
Wathi mayingibiza wangibiza wathi ngize ePost Loras ngabe sengitshantshisa sekuseni kwakusekuseni ngikhumbula kahle wangabo 7:15 so.
Okay. He invited me to come to First Loras. I told him that it was still early because it was around 7:15.
Ngangishaya emsebenzini.
And on that day, I was still going to work.
Ngabe sengimtshela ukuthi ngizokwazi ukuthi mangiphuma emsebenzini ngakhona ukuthi
I then informed him that when I knock off from work, I will then be able to go to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
wabe sephinda futhi engifonela bese ngazisa ukuthi mangiza kunomunye umkhwethu obathi uMakhosonke wayisuka eRustenburg ngikhumbula kahle wabe sengithi naye uyenza.
He called me again and informed me there was another brother of ours, Makhosonke from Rustenburg.
Yeah.
He informed me that Makhosonke would also be joining us.
Yes, you may proceed.
Naye abasengitshela uma ukuthi ngisengikhulile ngizomfonela wabe sengisendela inamba kaMakhosonke.
I informed him that once I knock off, I would also call him. He then sent me Makhosonke's contact details.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who is Makhosonke?
Makhosonke
Omunye naye isihlobo sakithi.
is also a relative of ours.
What is the name?
Zungu.
Yes, you may proceed.
ngabe mangiphuma emsebenzini ngabe sengifonela uMakhosonke wabe sengitshela uGwabini ukuthi uMakhosonke ungayenzeka ukuthi useJoburg uzoqala intombi yakhe eJoburg.
I then knocked off and then contacted Makhosonke, but
Yes, you contacted Makhosonke, then what happened?
asangeli kumininingwane kwase kwenzekanike emuva kokuthi umfonele uMakhosonke.
Ngase ngifonela wangitshela ukuthi useJohannesburg eCarlton Center uzothola ngakhona.
I called him, informed me that I was in Johannesburg, the Carlton Center. That's where I'll find him.
Yes.
Yebo.
Then ngafika ngamthola.
I went there and I found him.
Sahlala sadla.
We sat there and we ate.
Then uGwabini wayefona ngaleso sikhathi.
And then Gwabini phoned or called at that time,
Ebuza ukuthi sikuphi.
asking about our whereabouts.
Then sabe sinjani siyeza.
Informed Gwabini that we were on our way.
Mangikhumbula kahle sabe siya eForstoras akukhona yakhona ngaphandle kokusuka.
If I remember well, we then went to Forstoras. There's no other place where we went to when we departed from there.
Yeah, where in Forstoras?
Kuphi indawo eForstola?
Ehostela.
At the hostel,
Yes, which one?
Sotho Hostel.
What time did you arrive there?
Nafika sikhathini khona lapho.
Mangikhumbula kahle ngeke ngisho isikhathi esi-straight ngoba ngisakhumbula kahle kodwa mangizaba ngawo ikhathi zabo 2 to 3.
Between 2 and 3, I won't be able to remember the exact time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Manje mangifika ngafika sahlala noGwabini okwakunabanye futhi bangasemakhaya ababekhona endlini ngaphakathi.
Upon arrival there, we sat, myself, the likes of Gwabini. There were others as well from back home.
Just a minute.
Then
Just a minute. Now, if you say you said, where did you sit?
Uma uthi nahlala kuphi?
ehostela ngaphakathi uma ungena hostela kunendawo la ingathi ikhishi.
Inside the hostel, upon entering the hostel, there is an area that's like, sort of like a kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And does it belong to a specific person where you were seated, or is it just part of the common area in the hostel?
Lana nhlezi khona indawo ongathi yomuntu othize noma indawo nje kuyingxenye ye-hostel leyo noma ungathi indawo yomuntu othize ibelonga kumuntu othize.
Athi hostel akhambe ngolenzela ukuthi mhlambe kule indawo hlala kuyo bese kuba amakamera maybe alaba abahlala ngaphakathi leyo.
The manner in which the hostel is, there are bedrooms of those or belonging to those that stay there in the hostel.
Yes.
Yebo.
Sahlala ngoba
Yes,
ngizwe
but-
noMakhosonke.
Sorry, the area where you're staying, does it belong to a specific person, or is it just a common area?
Le ndawo angithi uthi nafika nahlala kule ndawo ongathi ikhishi. Ungathi indawo yomuntu othize noma indawo eyingxenye yalapho ehostel.
Ngicabanga ukuthi indawo yabo bonke abahlala ngakhona phakathi.
I think it belongs to everyone who stays in there.
Yes.
Ngemva kwalokho ngoba ngifike noMakhosonke wabe sengitshela ukuthi ibhodlela leJameson wayengishitshelile ngefoni sabe sesihlala phansi ke ngisahleli lapho sabe siphuza nje
Okay.
ngama.
Okay. As we sat there, and then Makhosonke informed me that he had a bottle of Jameson. He had informed me before when we spoke over the phone. We sat there, we drank, and we ate meat.
You mentioned that there were other people from back home. Who were those people?
Kushilo ukuthi nanje uma nanhlezi khona lapho kwakukhona nabanye basemakhaya. Kwakuwobani kodwa?
Mangikhumbula kahle babe baningi kakhulu kodwa umuzi wayekhona
There were many of them, but Muzi was there.
Yeah, it just referred to them as in numbers. Just so
Okay.
avoid.
Ucela ubabiza ngama-number abo la enkantolo.
Okay. Accused number 1 wayekhona.
Accused number 1 was there.
Accused number 2 wayekhona.
Accused number 2 was there.
Accused number 3 wayekhona.
Accused number 3 was there.
Accused number 5 wayekhona.
Accused number 5 was there upon my arrival.
Yes, we may proceed.
Usungaqhubeka.
So accused number 1, 2, 3 and 5.
And the witness is just confirming that he said accused 1, 2, 3 and 5.
Yes.
Yebo?
Emva kwalokho sahlala kwakumnandi kakhulu. Sasidla inyama eningi kakhulu.
After that, we said, and after that, it was very nice. We were having very much fun, and we had a lot of meat.
Uma ngikhumbula kahle ukwabini abanye ngasabakhumbuli ngoba bengahlali emakhaya bengihlala kwezindawo. Abanye bayangikhumbuza ukuthi uyabona ukho igama kalo ubani lona ubani.
Okay. Because I couldn't remember all of them because I wasn't staying in the villages back home, I was staying somewhere else. Wabini would then remind me, this is so and so, this one's name is so and so.
Mangikhumbula kahle omunye angikhumbuza yena kwaba uGadla noMafika kodwa umuntu engangimazi ngangathi mazi kahle kwakuumuzi kuphela.
Okay. If I remember well, the person or the people that he reminded me of was Gadla and Mafika, but the person that I knew very well was Muzi.
Yes. Once again, if I can just ask you to refer to them by their numbers.
Sorry, just to simplify it for him. When you mention the person's name, if he's here, you must say Ratam accused number 2.
Okay.
Are you with me? Because that's how his train of thought is made up.
So ukuthi uma ungaliza ke igama umusuya uyangeza ukuthi umsolo wesingane. Understood now?
Yes.
Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi nomsolo wesi-5.
Yeah, just start all over again.
Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi nomsolo wesi-5 wafika wangichazela ukuthi kwabeni ukuthi ubani.
Okay. I also remember that accused number 5 arrived and Wabeni informed me as to who he was.
Yes. Yes, but if you can just go back a few steps, you said Gwabeni reminded you of certain persons, just mentioning the name and the number of the accused.
Cela ubuyele emuva kancane ke usushilo ukuthi uGwabeni wachazela ukuthi ubani wena wabiza amagama uthi ucela nje usho lamagama ube la usuwashilo ngaphambilini usho amagama ubese usho ukuthi unamba bani.
Accused number 5 ngicabanga ukuthi unkani bengimazi ukuthi wakaZulu
ngoba
wakaZulu.
Okay. Accused number 5, I knew him as Nkani, or said that he was Nkani, but I knew him as being from Zungu at the time, or as being a Zungu. Yebo?
Yes, you mentioned Gadla and Mafika. Just mention their numbers.
Ubusukhulumileke ngoGadla noMafika, sicela usho amanamba abo ukuthi awunamba bani.
Accused number 2 Mafika, accused number 3 Gadla,
Accused number 2 is Mafika, accused number 3 is Gadla,
accused number 5 Nkani,
accused 5 is Nkani.
Yes, you may proceed.
Usungaqhubekaki.
engikukhumbulayo ukuthi sathi sisahleli nje accused number 5 kwabe secela ngicabanga ukuthi wathuma omunye wabafana basendaweni ukuthi ngimrevesele because ngangifake umbaba.
Okay. Whilst we were seated, accused number 5 then requested a certain gentleman to ask me to just give way because I was parked right behind him so that I could just reverse.
Ngabe sengenza njalo ngabuyela ngaphakathi futhi.
I did that and I went back inside.
Did you see what vehicle accused number 5 was driving on the day?
Ingabe wayibona imoto ayihamba ngayo ngalelo langa umsolo wesihlanu?
Yebo.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yebo.
What type of vehicle was it driving?
Imoto enjani?
It was a polo, a grey,
A grey Polo, hatchback.
Yes, can I proceed?
Yebo, singaqhubeka.
sahlala ke waxoxa kumnandi ngiphi ingoma
We sat there, we were having a conversation, we were also singing and drinking.
And the meat.
Yes.
Yebo.
sahlala igameko kwesinye ngisikhumbulayo sathi sahleli lapho kwafika isikhathi ukuthi ngesikhathi ekuphumile unkani sahleli nabanye sabe sesiphuma ngenye imoto ngutshwala bangekho.
Okay. The other incident that I remember, it was at a time when Nkani had already left. We were seated there with the others, and we had now run out of lika.
Then saphuma uno ngicanthi red ayibonga
And we drove a Uno that I think was red.
yaso
If you say we, who are you referring to?
Uma uthi sa ukhuluma ngobani?
uma ngikhumbula ngaphuma noma accused number 2 ngafika accused number 3 and abanye ngicabanga ukuthi kwaku-driver wemoto
If I remember correctly, I was accused number 2, number 3, and the other one was the driver of the vehicle.
saphuma saya e-tops mangicabanga kune-shopping center complex la saphuma saya khona
We went to Tops. There was a certain shopping center there.
abanye bafike bathenga mangikhumbula kahle bathenga utshwala
The others, if I remember well, they bought liquor.
sabe sesibuya
We then went back to the hostel.
Just a minute. Now, how many were you all in all who went to purchase alcohol?
Nani bangaki abahamba bayothenga utshwala?
ngiyakhumbula ukuthi sasiwu-5
I remember that.
ukuthi sasi-12
I remember that we were 5 because the car was full.
I just want to show you certain photos. If you can use those photos to illustrate your evidence. It's Exhibit S. Photo 47 and 48. I'm sorry, pages 47 and 48. Yes, we can also look at the screen if you want to. Can you just explain your evidence using those photos?
Kulokoqeda ukusho-ke uma ungasebenzisa le thombe embili 47 kanye no-48.
ngiyaqinisekisa ukuthi imoto esasihamba ngayo
I can confirm that that's the vehicle that we were traveling in.
On which page?
47
47.
Yes.
Yeah.
Milo
On this picture, the witness pointing to photo 47, the person that is cut, that doesn't appear, says, I think that's me.
You can use the laser to indicate the
Okay. Lokoqeda ukusho manje la angithi ababoni sicela ukhombele la.
Switch on the laser.
uzopressa photo.
Just press.
Press a lot. Yes. I think that's me appearing there. Nyaba.
And the others, are you able to recognize them?
Abanye laba bona uyabas? I know them, but I choose number 3.
Which one is accused number 3?
Come back. Ubani number 3. Let's point him on the photo.
Yes. Is it the only person that you recognize?
Uyapela mazi?
uyena engimkhumbulayo kodwa mangikhumbula lo ngasho ukuthi mafika.
He's the one that I can remember, but I think to come before, but this one is Mafika. So we just point to the person with the cap on.
And its accused number?
I'm sorry, what's number? Number 2. Although he's not, you can't see him clearly.
Yes, page 48.
48.
Number 3.
I think I choose number 3. So come back.
Is there a date on the photo?
Yebo.
Yes.
What is the date?
It's in the date.
26th October 2014.
It's the 10th of October 2014.
And the previous photo on page 47, the date there?
26th October 2014.
26th October 2014.
And on photo on page 48, do you recognize anyone there? On page 48?
48. I think I choose number 3.
And what was the occasion there as per photo on page 48?
48 your occasion I have no idea.
Referring to that one on page 48.
Yes.
Okay. As we may continue, returns from buying alcohol, what happened?
Kuningi engathi akukho kuthini ngaphandle kokusafika bomnandi.
Okay. There's nothing much except that we were just having a day, dancing to a song, and we were just having fun.
We just want to refer you again to the photos, page 12 of Exhibit S. Do you recognize the person on page 12?
Page 12. Yes.
Yes, who is it?
One. Accused number 3.
Is there a date on the photo?
Yes.
Yes, what is the date?
26 October 2014.
That's on the 26th of October 2014.
Page 17. Do you recognize anyone on the photos per page 17?
Page 17.
Accused number 3 and accused number 5.
Both of them, accused number 3 and accused number 5.
Is there a date on the photo?
Yes.
Yes, what is the date?
26 October 2014.
26 October 2014.
Photo 20. Page 20. Do you recognize anyone on the photo?
Accused number 4.
Accused number 4.
Which one is accused number 4? You can use the laser.
Move to accused number 4.
Page 21.
21.
Yes, do you recognize anyone there?
Accused number 4.
Thank you. You may then proceed.
Ngakhumbula kahle kwathi ukuba ikhathi zakithi zantambama mangicabanga ngabo from 8:30 to 9:30.
Okay, if I remember well, later that day, between 8:30 and 9:30,
ngangihleli khona phakathi the hostela.
I was seated inside the hostel.
Ngangihleli
Where?
Kuphi nendawo?
should ngangihleli ngabo right ngobheke ngasemnyango.
I was seated on the right, facing the door.
Yes, where? At which place?
Women room.
In the main room.
Yes, but is it in the common area of the hostel or does it belong to a specific person?
Ungathi kwakuyindawo yomuntu wonke okanye indawo yomuntu othize?
Common area.
The common area.
Yes.
Yebo.
Kwathi kuntamba namanyana.
It was late in the afternoon. It was dark. Yebo.
One then accused number 1, number 2, number 3.
Accused number 1, 2 and 3 came in following each other. It was quite clear, or they were showing that they were in shock and they were fast going towards Gwabini's room.
I
stood up and followed them. When I went inside Gwabini's room, the light went off.
Yeah, just a minute.
Sorry, I know the concept is the same. Mase in Gwabini's room, right? Kwase kucishwa light. Okay, so when you interpret, you say the light went off. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes, the concept is slightly nuanced. Like the light just went off. He is saying kwase kucishwa light. Mr. Jonas?
Kwase kucishwa light.
Okay, I missed the W, my lord.
No,
I missed it.
no, it's okay.
I missed the W.
Yes. So just put it on record.
The witness says, kwase kucishwa, then the light was switched off.
Yes.
It's the W that I missed, my apologies.
No, it's just...
Who switched off the light?
Ubani owacisha i-light.
Anginalwazi kodwa ngasengaphakathi noma ingacishanga ukuthi iyacishwa phinde wayikhanyisa uGwabini ngoba bese ngitshela ukuthi le light iyahlupha.
Okay. I don't know as to who switched it off, but I was already inside when it was switched off, and then Gwabini switched it on again and said that this light is giving problems.
Yeah. Just before you proceed, you mentioned earlier on that you're all seated with the accused that is mentioned in the common room. What happened thereafter?
Masingabuyela nje emuva ke ushilo ukuthi ohlezi ke nabo ke abasola laphana kuya room leyana ke ihlala wonke umuntu yini ke eyaseyenzeka emuva kwalokho.
You said you saw them coming back. What happened in between?
Uthi wababona masebebuya kodwa maphakathi nalapho nje yini eyenzeka.
Kuningi kwakwenzeka abanye babephuma abanye bengena kwakubhizi.
A lot was happening. Others would be going out, others would be coming in. It was just busy.
Yes.
Ngaphambi kwalokho mina mangifika ngafika ngabeka isibhamu sami ekamereni kaGwabini.
And just before that, upon my arrival, I put or I placed my firearm in Gwabini's room.
And my bag.
And my bag.
Yes. But just before you saw them coming and following each other, when last did you see them?
Kodwa ke ngaphambilini kokuthi ubaboneke bengena belandelelana ke ugcine nini ubabona phambi kwalokho phambi kokuthi ubabone besebebuya manje belandelelana ugcine nini phambi kwalokho ubabona? For some time, although I won't be able to recall, but it was for quite some time.
Yes, you may proceed. I say the light was switched off, yes.
When I went in and the light was switched on again,
dark for that time.
when the light was switched off, it was dark for that time, and then Gwabini fixed it.
Sorry, if you say he fixed it, what do you mean?
Uma uthi wayilungisa uGwabini kusho ukuthini? Not that he literally fixed it, but it's sort of like the light is falling off or it switches off. Yeah. When I was right inside, because I was already inside, and because I was following right behind them. Yeah. Okay. When I came in there, and Galda was on the other side of me, and then Muzi was on this side of me.
Just a minute. Yes. Just remember to mention their names. Yes. If you say Gadla, who are you referring to?
Accused number 3.
Yes, Muzi.
Accused number 1.
And accused number 3.
And Mafiga accused number 3. When I looked at them, both Gaza and Muzi were carrying firearms or in possession of firearms. Mafiga was the only one who was not having a firearm.
Yes, just once again, please refer to their numbers. is
accused
gather.
number 1 and accused number 3.
Accused number 1 and accused number 3.
Accused number 1 ephethe ibhamu sohlobo lwe-38.
Accused number 1 was carrying a firearm of a 38 revolver.
And accused number 3 was having a 9mm.
Accused number 3 was in possession of a 9mm.
Ngabe sengifika sengibuza uGwabini because uGwabini already wasendlini.
I then inquired from Gwabini because Gwabini was already inside the house.
Ngabe sengibuza esami isibhamu.
I then asked him about my firearm.
Wabe senginikeza sona.
He gave it to me.
Kodwa wabe segoba ngale isithatha.
He just bent on the other side and took it
Wanginika sona.
and gave it to me.
Ngabe sengilezi magazini.
I then released the magazine.
Ngazivula.
Your firearm, what type of firearm was it?
It's a 9mm Z88 pistol.
Esami ke kwakuyi 9mm Z88.
Is it a personal firearm or work issued firearm?
Esakho noma esomsebenzi.
The work issued firearm.
Esengasinikeza emsebenzini.
Yes.
Yebo.
Ngabe sengisimluka ngoba ngabona ukuthi kuna something suspicious la phakathi.
I then smelled it because I could now see that there was something suspicious inside here.
You smelled what?
The firearm.
Which one?
Esami lesengasino.
Ngabe sifaka kimi ngabe sengiqala babuza ukuthi ngathatha i-38 kumbuzi ngayibheka.
Okay. I then placed it in my possession, and then I took the 38 special from Muzi and looked at it.
Yes, once again, accused number?
1.
Number 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ngendlela kwakwenzeke ngakhona ngathi lezi ibhamu babeyinikeza uGwabini.
The manner in which I saw it was happening that they were handing these firearms over to Gwabini.
Ngabe sengimbuza uGwabini ukuthi why ukhipha ibhamu ehostela futhi again.
I then asked Gwabini, why is it that you are issuing out or you are giving out firearms at the hostel again?
Ngiphatha izibhamu futhi why eba nesibhamu se-38 angimazi ukuthi silahlekile.
Right. Okay. The witness is just correcting something, my lord. Why are you having firearms again? Because I knew. Let me say, I knew that the 38 was lost. Yeah.
Wabe sethi akusiyona leyo.
And then he said to me, "It's not that one."
But ngaqhubeka ngoba ngabona ukuthi vele kuna something engayitholi kahle.
I then carried on because I could now pick up or see that something wasn't going well.
Yes, what made you suspicious?
Yini le eyakwenza ukuthi ube neyinsolo?
Uma ngikhumbula ngendlela abangena ngakhona befonda erumini kaGwabini, uma ngifika futhi lapha erumini baphethe ibhamu, and before ngene kwaba khona wathi nangibabomncane.
Okay. It's the manner in which they came in. They then went to Gwabini's room, and as I walked in, or as I came into the room, others said, "Here is the uncle, Babomncane."
Yes, you may proceed.
Mafika wabe sephuma ngoba ngathi wangizokuthetha, wabe sephuma ndlela phambi kwami waphuma.
Mafika then went out because wabuzwa.
Ngithethisa uGwabini.
Okay, because he heard me shouting at Gwabini, and then he came out. He walked out in front of me.
And Mafika is again accused?
Accused number 2. Case number 2.
And why were you shouting?
Kwakuyini imbangela ukuthi uthethise uGwabini?
Ngangathethisela igama because ngangazi ukuthi shuthi ngaphambilini wakangitshela ukuthi yazi ngangazi ukuthi baphathe ibhanga ngathi mina why aliphethe ibhanga ehostel.
Okay. It was because they were in possession of a firearm, and I was asking him, why is it that at the hostel you are carrying firearms or you are having firearms?
Wabe sengiphendula futhi ukuthi nawe babomncane sakho ngithe sibeke la ngoba bengingafuni ukuphatha ibhanga.
He then responded to me by saying, Uncle, I also told you to place your firearm here because I didn't want all of you to be in possession of firearms.
Ngabe sengimkhola kodwa ngangibona ukuthi ukusho lokho ngoba enza lokho ngoba lezi wabe seyithatha lezi ibhanga futhi kubani ethi lethatha lezi ibhanga.
I believed him, but I also thought that he was just saying this because he was doing this. And then that's when he said, bring these give these firearms here.
Ngaqhubeka ngathetha ngithethisa yena.
I carried on and shouting at him.
Kwathi senjalo kwabe ngizwa umnyango usuvuleka ngemuva.
Still at that, I then let the door opening behind me.
Wabe sengingena accused number 5.
Accused number 5 came in.
Therefore, mamkhumbula ngafake jacket emnyama.
If I remember well, he was wearing a black jacket.
Wabe sebuza uGwabini ukuthi yini na kunenkinga na.
He then asked Gwabini, what is it? Is there a problem?
uGwabini wasesiphendula wathi akunankinga. Wabe secela ngathi babomncane wayengena ngihamba no accused number 4.
Okay. Then Gwabini said there's no issues, and then he requested me and said, Uncle, but when he came in, he was in the company of accused number 4.
Just a minute. Just a minute. You mentioned that his father was wearing a black jacket. We just want to show you photo on page 17 again of Exhibit S. Can you just use that photo to illustrate your evidence? What is that you're pointing?
Accused number 5.
Yes. Wearing what?
He's wearing a black jacket.
Emva kwalokho uGwabini bese ngicela esithi babomncane ngicela ukukhuluma nalezi insizwa zihamba zemakhaya.
Then Gwabini requested me and said, Uncle, may I please speak to these gentlemen? They are leaving, they are going home.
Ngabe singenza njalo sengiphuma.
I did exactly that and I went out.
Ngathi mangiphuma umafika ungabona umafika emile lapha ekhoneni.
As I went out, I saw Mafika standing there at the corner.
Yes, which accused?
Accused number 2.
Accused number 2.
Ngabe sengimnotice ukuthi wayeseshintsha ijacket esigqoke egrey from emnyama.
Grey. I then noticed that he had changed the jackets, that he was now wearing a grey jacket from a black.
And wabe sengibheka naye ngaphansi kwale jacket ukuthi ngiyambona yini ukuthi wabe eseza phakathi ezongena naye phakathi
He then looked at me from underneath the jacket as to whether could I see him. He then went past and went into the very same room where the others were.
Just a minute. Now, you say you noticed that the accused was wearing a grey jacket from the black one. Can you just describe the black jacket that that he had
Uyasho
initially.
uyasho ukuthi wayeseqoke egrey kule emnyama usentshintshile manje wafaka egrey kule emnyama before usungayichaza ke le describe the grey or the black one?
The black one.
The black. Uchaze le
ngoba
black.
kangene endlini balandela ngangibonile ukuthi ufake eblack.
Because when I was following them as they entered the house, I saw that he was wearing a black jacket.
Yes, but what type of jacket was it?
Kanjani uhlobo?
Nesibhoko.
It's a hoodie. Yes, it's coat.
Wona ngesikhathi ephuma waphuma phambi kwami.
Because even at the time when he went out in front of me.
And
Sorry. Mr. Jonas, just interpret that very assertion by the witness.
The last one.
Yeah, the way
Okay,
I'm not being fastidious.
Right.
The way you interpreting it. You're saying a hoodie as if there are two items. Just clarify from the witness. The way I understood him. He makes it one item, but clarify it. The jacket and the hoodie.
Oh, okay.
Jacket or and the hoodie.
Ukhuluma ngehoodie, ukhuluma ngikade ukhuluma lwakhe uma ukhuluma ngehoodie, ukhuluma ngejacket, ukhuluma ngehoodie.
No, hoodie.
Okay, no, it's a hoodie.
So it's a jacket and a hoodie.
I-jacket in a hoodie.
It's a ngathi jacket ngasiya ngavulengisa kodwa nesibhoko.
I would say it's a jersey, my lord, that is not being opened there, pointing to the front, but it has a hoodie.
Meaning is part of the jacket.
Yes, please, my lord.
Okay, thanks. Sorry about that.
Then I'm noticing.
yes, and the grey one.
The grey one looks exactly like that.
Yes, just describe it.
Right,
It's also a jacket, jersey-like jacket with a hood. Witness is demonstrating.
ukumbuka kwami kwangenza nganotice ukuthi why echangeile umayiphuma because mayiphuma ngambona ukuthi efake emnyama.
When I looked at him, it then made me to notice as to why is it that he had changed. Because when he walked out, I saw that he had a black one.
Yes, we may proceed.
Emva kwalokho wabe sebuyela ngaphakathi ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ngamkhulumisa ngoba waphambana nami uyedwa ngaphandle.
After that, he went back in, and I remember that I spoke to him because we crossed paths, because he's the only one that was outside.
Yes, can you remember what you spoke to him about?
Usakhumbula ukuthi wamkhulumisa wathini?
Mangicabanga ukuthi nathi kuye magazi nawo namajacket ungiphe yona.
Uphinde magazi
Nathi unayo ucela ungiphe yona.
nayo. Okay, I said to what magazi?
Yeah.
I said to magazi, can you give?
Unawo ungiphe yona.
Oh, you do have them. Please give me one of these jackets.
Wabe sehleka wangena ngaphakathi.
He then left and went inside.
That's just a minute. If you say you do have them, what do you mean?
Uma uthi unawo bo usho ukuthini?
Angitshengisa ukuthi mhlambe ngoba ngibonile ukuthi ufake enye waphinda futhi washintsha wafaka enye.
It was an indication or to indicate that because I saw that he was wearing another one, a different one. Now he had changed and was wearing another one.
Yes.
Here.
Emva kwalokho ngabe sengihlala ngaphandle ngaphakathi main room.
Then,
Babe busy kamerweni.
then after I sat in the main room, they were busy in the bedroom.
Which main room?
Uma ukhuluma yiphi main room?
ihall
The hall.
because nganginabanye abafowethu.
Because I was with my other brothers.
Yes, may we proceed?
Ungaqhubeka.
khumbula babemcele uxolo babecele uxolo ukuthi ngiphume ngibashiye ngaphakathi
Ubani abacela uxolo?
kwabili.
Kwabini. Okay. I remember that they apologized that I had left them, or I had went out and left them inside.
Ngabe simhlala kwathi makaphela isikhathi singakanani weza ukwabini wangitshela ukuthi ucela masingihamba ngihambe accused number 1.
I then said, and then Kwabini came out and requested me that when I'll be leaving, he was requesting me to leave together with accused number 1.
Ngabe simbuza ukuthi ukuphi uMakhosonke engangadinize naye.
I then inquired, where is Makhosonke, the one that I came with?
Ukwabini wathi samfonela kunjalo
Was Kwabini was phoning him.
waqhamuka umuzi ngicana ephuma ngaphakathi endlini.
Muzi appeared. I think he was also coming from inside the house.
Yes, accused number.
Umuzi accused number 1.
Muzi is accused number 1.
Wabe sengitshela ukuthi ngingamshiyi.
He then informed me not to leave him.
Ngabe sengimtshela ukuthi okay umtshelile ukwabini kodwa sisamele uMakhosonke.
I then informed him that Kwabini told me, but we are still waiting for Makhosonke.
Akatholakala uMakhosonke wabe sefona ukwabini efonela uMakhosonke.
Makhosonke wasn't found, and Kwabini phone called Makhosonke.
Then uMakhosonke emva kwemizuzu emingaki wafika ngikhumbula wafika ngasiphi kodwa wafika late ngoba wamtshela ukwabini ukuthi akasahambi uMakhosonke.
After some minutes, I can't remember the specific as to how long, but after some minutes, Makhosonke arrived, and Kwabini informed me that Makhosonke is no longer living.
Wangitshela lokho ngoba kade khulume ngaye ngefoni ukuthi akasahambi.
He told me that because he had spoken to him telephonically that Makhosonke was not living, wasn't living anymore.
Sathi sisahleli samile ngaphakathi la umuzi wabe ese khipha isikipa ngicabanga ukuthi esiqobile kwalo esibomvu wasonela esandleni.
Okay. While she was still standing inside there, Musi then took out a t-shirt that he was wearing, folded it with okay, if I remember well, it was red, and rolled it in his hand.
Just a minute, and that's accused number
1.
Accused number 1.
Wabe sebuza la ngoba wadonsa mangikhumbula kahle khona idonsa yobuma.
If I remember well, there is just something to stand on that he pulled.
And
in his hand he was carrying a bottle.
Wabe sebuza ukuthi niyazi nokuthi senzwile ngendlela ayibeka ngayo bekanje senzwile ukuthi umeyiwa kasekho.
And then he put it like this: have you heard? Now this you, my Lord, is in plural. Have you heard that Meyiwa is no more?
Just a minute. And who's saying that?
Ushobani?
Accused number 1.
Accused number 1.
Wabe sekuthi ngasathi baningi ngaphakathi abanye bathi hawu yabona.
Because there were many of us inside, others explained or remarked by saying, how?
I
then disputed what he said, and I took out my phone.
Social media.
I looked on social media.
Just a minute. Yes.
Yes. I then disputed that and said, no, your source, once again in plural, your source is not correct. I didn't put much emphasis on that because I was just under the impression, or I told myself that they were just discussing or having a discussion.
banikwa kubhizi vele baphithizela abanye babehamba abanye bengena.
After that, it was busy because others were leaving, others were coming in.
Ngiyakhumbula ngabe sengiphuma ngaphandle samele umakhosonke.
I remember that I went outside, still waiting for Makosonke.
Ngabe ngabhema ngaphandle.
When I got outside, I smoked.
Abanye babehamba abanye bengena kwakubhizi.
It was just busy. Others were leaving, others were coming in.
Engikukhumbulayo futhi kwawothinga emva kwesikhashana mangithi ngimukhiye wemoto owawungekho.
And after some time, as I was going to the vehicle, the car keys were not with me.
Ngabe sengibuyela phakathi kuGwabini.
I went back inside to Gwabini.
Ngabe sengimbuza uGwabini ukhiye wemoto.
I asked Gwabini, where are the car keys?
Just a minute. Yes.
uGwabini wabesithi hawu bakumncane wabesekhipha ifoni.
Then Gwabini said, how, Uncle Babomnani? And then he took out a phone.
Ngicabanga ukuthi wayefona angimazi efunela abanye.
I think he was calling, but I don't know who he was calling.
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi ngoba sebephumile abanye nayisho ukuthi ubani wayekhona ubani wayengekho.
I wouldn't say as to who was there, who wasn't there. The others were already out.
Wabesefona elokhu ekhala ukuthi ababambe amafoni.
He kept on calling and said that they are not answering their phones.
Then kwagcina ibuya ngaphakathi ezokhuluma nomunye ngicabanga ukuthi uyihlobene accused number 4.
He then came in and spoke to someone. I think that person was related to accused number 4.
Wabesemtshela ukuthi uma ngikhumbula amazwi asho ukuthi umzana ngabantu.
He then said that Mzala is not answering his phone. I think he was referring to accused number 5.
Emva kwalokho kwabe sebakhona ukuthi lo ebekhuluma naye lokho wabe sebefona wabe sebakhona bambe ifoni kulaba bafonela.
Then that person that Gwabini was speaking to then made a phone call. And then they answered their phone, or the one that person was calling then answered the phone.
Then wasethi ubaba omncane ufuna ukuhamba uphi ukhiye kanti.
He then said, Uncle wants to leave, where is the key?
Then emva kwalokho kwabe sithangilinde kancane sabafisi ngoba asalinde umakhosonke futhi.
Thereafter told me to wait a bit, and we were busy because we were also waiting for Makosonke.
Engathi ngifuna ukumbona because ngangize naye.
Who I said I wanted to see because I came with him.
Naye futhi wakhona wathi uyezwa.
He also called and said that he was on his way.
Just a minute. Yes, you may proceed.
Kwathatha isikhathi ukuthi kufike futhi kufike umakhosonke.
It took time for Makosonke to arrive.
Asisikhathi eside kangako kodwa nje isikhathi nana.
Not that much long of a time, but it was some time.
Mangikhumbula kwabe sekufika u-accused number 4 wabe sekufika enginikeza ukhiye wemoto.
If I remember, accused number 4 arrived, and on his arrival, he gave me the car keys.
Yes. Did you say where you got them from?
Ingaba wakutshela yini ukuthi wayithola kuphi iphiya zemoto?
Ngendlela mhlawumbe kwawukuthi kwangenasidingo ukuthi ngibuze ngoba kangade nje ngithetha ngangibona nje awukho. So what my niggas ukhiye wabe sebonga.
Okay. The manner in which I was seeing, I could see it because I was talking, and I could see that it wasn't there. And when he gave it back to me, he also conveyed his gratefulness. Yebo.
waze wajengisa ukuthi engamnothisa ukuthi uyasabatha kuye ngoba wabeseshaya izandla zombili
uyathini
ukuthi uyasabatha mayiqedwe kulezi ebonga
ufuna uqiniseke iziqiniseko sokusabatha uthini ukuthi uyasabatha
so indlela ayikhuluma ngayo etshengisa ukuhlonipha la
okay the manner in which he said it, my Lord, it showed that he was being respectful because he made use of both his hands, putting his hands like this.
ngabe sengithatha ukhiye sengivele emontweni ngabe sengifuna umuzi wayebhizi naye ngoba ngangizohamba naye
I took the keys, went to the car, but I also looked for Muzi because I was going to leave together with Muzi.
uma ngikhumbula
Yes, and that's accused number?
Accused number 1?
accused number 1
Accused number 1.
ngabe sengimbuza wabe sefika na umuzi nokwabeni kwakubhizi nje nalo ethamilinde ngama ngikhumbula ngahamba nabantu abawu-4
Okay. Muzi arrived, Wabini arrived, and the other one that he said I must wait for. It was just busy because in total I left with 4 people.
ngaphambi kokuthi ngihambe ukwabeni wangitshela ukuthi umakhosoke akasahambi
Just before I left, Wabini informed me that Mokosonke was no longer living.
My Lord, may I just get confirmation if the Kwabini will be called?
Sure, you'll call him.
As a court case, my lord, at some point we tried to avoid the hearsay, but my learned friend then objected, which meant she agreed or acquiesced to the hearsay. Now she's objecting again. The impression that she created was that she doesn't mind the hearsay.
No, my Lord.
Okay, anyway,
Thank you.
are you going to call Gwabini?
We're still considering our options
fine.
as far as that is concerned.
So you're saying
Yes.
he mustn't be?
Then yes, my Lord.
Okay.
And he say it should not be.
Okay.
As the court pleases. You said you left with accused number 4 and other people. How many other people?
umuzi
Sorry, I'm sorry, Muzi. Yes.
umuzi
Muzi,
abanye abayi-2
other 2.
ukwabeni weza
Just once again, Muzi accused number?
1
That's number 1. Uthi Wabini wenzani?
weza naye wathi uzohamba nathi uzokujula egate
Wabini also came and said that he was going to just walk with us and then turn around at the gate.
Yeah, just this court.
Yes.
Just to place it on record that I will not entertain the hearsay. I'm not going to take it into consideration.
As a court
Give
pleases.
all the hearsay
As a court
so that
pleases.
it mustn't be said that I incorporated it into my judgment if I ever write one.
As the court pleases. Yes. What happened further?
Kwasekwenzekanike?
emva kwalokho sabe sesihamba sathi sophuma wafika ukwabeni wadilika egeyithini wakhuluma nabanye gate elimile wakhuluma nabo
We then went and up to the gate, and then at the gate, that's where Wabini then spoke to some others that were in a taxi. I spoke to them. Yeah? Uthe wakhuluma nabo ngakhuluma nabo. Okay.
yena wakhuluma nabo
Okay. The witness is correcting that no, I did. That is referring to himself. I didn't speak to him, but Wabini spoke to them.
Yes. What happened further?
Kwasekwenzekanike?
emva kwalokho ngabe sengiphuma ngabe sengishiya umuzi cishe kwezimitha ngaphakathi wabe sengihlala ngakuthi ngamshiya lapho
I then left, and then I also dropped a Muzi in some streets inside there. He pointed out to me as to where he was staying.
And that's accused number?
accused number 1
So, brother,
Where did you drop off accused number 1 exactly?
ikuphi lapho mshiya khona?
noma ngakhumbuli kodwa kungaphandle kwe-hostel
Although I can't remember, but it is outside the hostel.
nomunye futhi wabe sethi naye uhlala samunye naye ngamshiya khona lapho endleleni
There's another one who also said he's staying around there. I also dropped that person along the road.
Then ngabe sehamba noyi-1
I then left with one
engamshiya engine garage P91.
who I left at or I dropped at the engine garage P91.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emva kwalokho ngathi mangifika mangikhumbula kahle ngami mangifika eThembisa ngafika ngalala kwasebusuku.
After that, when I arrived in Tembisa, I slept because it was already at night.
Kwaba ilanga elilandelayo
And then
Monday.
it was then the following day, which was Monday.
Then emva kwalokho ngabe sengiyibona lento kumedia.
And then after, I then saw this thing on media.
But angithathelanga enhloko yami like ukuthi nje kodwa ngayibona lento abebeyikhuluma iyiqiniso.
But I didn't take much note of it or take it seriously. But I then noticed that what they were saying was true.
Now, if you say you saw this thing on the media, what do you mean?
Uma uthi wayibona kwi-media le nto.
Like ku-TV kwakhulunywa ngayo manje ukuthi Senzo Meyiwa has been killed eForce.
It was being spoken about on TV that Senzo Meyiwa had been killed in Force.
Then akukho engangakusho ngoba ngangabona ngakwenzeka.
There's nothing I could say because I didn't see it happening.
But ngakubona ukuthi lokhu bebekusho shuthi kube kuyiqiniso ukuthi babekholelwa.
But I then noticed or saw that which they said was true. But as to where they got it from, I didn't know.
That which they said, what do you mean?
Uma uthi lokho ababekusho kusho ukuthini?
Uma umuzi ekhulume elizolo ebusuku ephosana ukuthi nizwile ukuthi uMeyiwa kasekho.
When Moses said it the previous night that have you heard that Meyiwa is no more?
It's Moses accused.
Case number 1.
So there was
Yes.
yeah.
Then kwabe sekuba ilanga elilandelayo I think ngoLwesibini.
It was then the following day, I think it was the Tuesday.
Kwenye ama-newspaper ngabe sengibuka iy'thombe zazikhona.
In one of the newspapers, I looked at the pictures that were there.
Njengoba ngangiyifunda le newspaper ngezwa ukuthi abasolwa abangene ababili.
As I read it, I saw that it was alleged or it was said that there were two suspects that came in. The other one,
Omunye begqoke into emnyama.
the other one was wearing something black.
Omunye ebenama-dread.
The other one had dreadlocks.
Just a minute.
Then emva kwalokho ngabe sengibuyisa lapha abantu ngibabonile.
Thereafter, it then came back to me that I saw these people.
Kodwa ngithathelanga futhi ekhanda ngabe sengitshela nje ukuthi mhlawumbe into buke yandlula.
I then once again didn't take it seriously. I just thought that it's just something that I saw and it just passed.
If you say you saw these people, what do you mean?
Uma uthi ngase bona ukuthi laba bantu ngibabonile usho ukuthini?
Ngendlela uma ubuka kulesithombe mangicabanga ukuthi newspaper engangiyibuka kwakuney'thombe lapha phansi.
Referring to the newspaper, as I was looking at the newspaper, and there were also pictures at the bottom, photos at the bottom.
Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi Mafika wayegqoke ihood black.
I remember that Mafika was wearing a black hoodie.
Yes, Mafika.
Mafika
Choose number 2.
choose number 2.
Mafika wayishintsha ihood makhuluma naye.
And when I spoke to him,
Akhuluma naye ngesikhathi ngise-hostel.
that Mafika had changed this hoodie whilst I was at the hostel.
And lokho kwangenza ukuthi ngibe nokusola kodwa kwakungangisindawo.
But that made me to be suspicious, but it didn't take me anywhere.
You mentioned that according to the report in the newspaper, one had dreadlocks. Just elaborate on that.
Awusho ke awuchazeke uthi kwabhaliwe ngelophepha ukuthi omunye wayenama-dreadlocks.
Dreadlocks, omunye wayene-dreadlocks, ene-gold teeth.
Dreadlocks, gold teeth.
Yes.
The witness pointing here right at the top of this is a mustache. A mustache.
Ngendlela engabona ngakhona accused number 2 kwakunginikeza isithombe sokuthi uyafana nalo muntu engambuka lapha noma engafani exactly kodwa i-description yakhe.
And that made me to look at the accused number 2 and say, but this person that is being described here resembles him, although I wouldn't say that exactly, but the description here resembles him.
Yeah, which description?
Clear description there. The witness pointing to the mustache,
and the hoodie, the way ayigqoke ngakhona,
the hoodie, the manner in which he was wearing it,
and the way it wayishintsha ngaphakathi,
and the manner in which he had changed it inside.
Kwangenza ngibuke nje laba bantu ngibabonile kodwa ukuthi ngibabonile.
That made me to then see that, but I saw these people, but as to where I saw them,
then
yes, but just as far as the person with dreadlocks is concerned, what was your recollection?
Manje ke uma sekhulunywa ke ngalona wama dreadlocks yini owayikhumbula?
Uma kusaqala mangakhumbula because mangikhumbula ngaphakathi ngama-31 ngambona kodwa mase ngibuka kwabe usungivisa ukukhuluma.
Okay. When I looked at it at that time, it was not only one person who had dreadlocks inside, but then it came back to me. But at the time, Gaga also had the dreadlocks.
Yeah.
And the manner in which okay, and the manner in which I looked at Gada's dreadlocks in the photo, they were like in open, which they were not tightened, my lord. The witness is indicating that the ones that were on the newspaper, those ones they were loose, but Gada's dreadlocks were tight, my lord.
So
that made me not then to put emphasis on him that it was him or.
Who is Gada?
Ubanu Gada?
Accused number 3.
Accused number Solo we start.
See.
Yes, you may proceed.
Yeah, correct.
Then emva kwalokho insuku ihamba ngezwa ukuthi uminister uthaskhe abathize ukuthi be-investigate this daba emva kwalokho.
And as days went on, I then heard that the minister had tasked certain people to investigate this matter. Yebo.
Just a minute. During cross-examination, my colleagues referred to the identikit by Warrant Officer Steenkamp, which we're going to show to you now.
Sorry. Has it been shown that identikit is common cause? Are you with me?
Is it
common cause?
Yes. Well, it was used by my friends.
Yeah, meaning the accused.
Yes.
And their counsels are aware of it.
Yes. Okay. They are the ones who refer to it.
Okay.
What is your comment as far as the identity is concerned?
mayelana nale identity uthini ngasho ukuthi ngaphawula uthini
angeke ngikwazi ukuphawula
I will be able to comment about it.
No comment. Yes, sir.
I just want to follow the line that my colleague is pursuing. He says it is common cause.
He never said that. I said that. I said that. Mr. Baloyi, did you say it's common cause?
And then he confirmed by the question.
Yeah, okay, fine. You can say that you confirmed it, but I asked and said it. Okay.
It's not common cause.
It's not common cause.
It's not common cause.
Mr. Baloyi.
We say my colleagues refer to the sketch, and we're referring to the very same sketch or identikit that they referred to.
Yeah, but when I say common cause, I mean
Yes.
it has been disclosed
Yes.
in the papers which the accused and their counsel were
Yes.
given from the docket.
Yes.
So they have it.
Yes.
That's what I mean in court when I say it's common cause. That's him goes.
Is this?
He's very alleging, my lord, that my colleagues also in cross-examination of Senzo also referred to this photo. I personally did not refer to it. I don't know about my colleagues.
Well, in the cross-examination of Thokozizi and as well as
Sorry,
Tumelo.
so that you save time.
Yes.
So that you save time. Is it correct that you have Stain's identity kit?
Excuse me, my lord.
Stain's. He's the one who drew that.
Steenkamp.
Sorry, Steenkamp's identity kit. You have it.
Yes, I do.
Right.
Yes.
And I can recall during cross-examination that it was put, for instance, I think to one of the witnesses, is it Tumelo, that after Steenkamp made remarks that he interviewed them, but the description he gave them does not accord with other descriptions which were given by other of the persons he drew this identity kit of. You remember that piece of evidence? Mr. Just stand up, sir. Do you remember that piece of evidence?
That's the court process, madam.
Do you remember it?
I do remember
Yes, but it was put that one of the witnesses contradicted another witness regarding the sketches, which were identity kits which were drawn by Steenkamp. And this was referred to Zandile. Which Zandile said, this person looked like this and like this. And Tumishone said,
it is in order.
yes, I remember. I'm on the board, I remember. Do you remember that?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I do remember. In fact, I'm the one who referred to.
That's it, yeah.
to
So,
the-
but wait, correct.
to the
Let's continue, please.
This is, if the identikit can be shown.
But sorry, the witness said he has no comments to that identity kit sketch. Mr. Jonas?
Umshini ukuthi awukho ngaphakathi.
Okay, fine.
Confirms that.
Yes. So this is. If you can just go slowly. And this one?
Now, one thing.
Awukho ngakusho.
Yes. Yes, but you mentioned to the identities that you saw in the media. If you see any of them, just mention.
Ngicabanga ukuthi kumedia ngabona futhi nasithombe esifana nalesi.
I think I saw a picture similar to this one in the media. This is the one I saw in the media.
Yes. come back to this aspect. We can proceed. So we proceed, yes?
Where are we?
Yes, we mentioned that you heard that the minister had tasked certain people to look into the matter.
Yeah, ngezwa lokho emva kwalokho ngibanga ihlaba ngithuthamela ngilandelela ngako.
I heard that, and then after that I didn't follow it much.
And kungakapheli isikhathi singakanani ngezwa bethi suspect just been arrested.
And in no time I then heard that the suspect had been arrested.
Then akukho nongathina kulandela lokho.
And there's nothing that I can say that I followed up on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emva kwesikhashana esingakanani ngezwa bethi futhi suspect akusiyona.
And after some time I then heard again that they saying that the suspect was not the right one.
Then akukho futhi engakwenza.
I didn't do anything.
Ayeka nje wahamba.
I just left it.
Ngifunda nje kwama-newspaper.
I would just be reading newspapers as normal.
Then kwathi sekuhambe isikhathi cishe bese kuphelele nonyaka.
And after some time, let's say about after a year, 2015, 2016,
2017
2017,
if I'm not mistaken.
uma ngeziphutha,
Wabe sethi ngabe ngibani lokwabili. Ngabe sembuza
I then met Gwabini and asked him.
ukuthi
It's correct. You had a discussion with Gwaben. Don't refer to the content of the discussion.
Usungangenike kwimininingwane yalokho nakukhuluma.
okay.
Yes, we had a discussion with Gwabeni. What happened thereafter?
Emuva kokuthi umbuzile noma nikhulumile kwase kwenzekani?
Akukho ngoba sasixoxa nje. So xoxa ngokuxoxa.
It was just a discussion,
Ngabanani.
nothing much.
Yes.
Wahamba wathi ngabo 2018
Then in 2018,
kube baningi ababe kubo bonke laba babenginabo futhi ngalelanga ngingaphe hostel. Babe lokhu bengitshela one by one ukuthi uyakhumbula yini ngalenda la.
okay. Then amongst the people that I was with at the hostel on that day, one by one would be
Yes.
saying, do you remember?
Yes, you may not refer to hearsay evidence. What happened in 2018?
Kwenzekani ngo-2018?
You had discussion with some of the people who were present.
Bakubuza kwenzekani, sikhulume nje kwenzeka kamuva.
Emva kwalokho ngabe cishe yophela 2018
Almost at the end of 2018,
abanye mangibona ukuthi nengxabano yokuthi bakhuluma ukuthi ngabe content kakwabili ngabe ngoba kahle ngilolwazi ukuthi olunzulu lokuthi laba basolwa ababesolakala lapha yilaba basolwa enganginabo.
okay. I have now this information, my lord, that these suspects that are now being suspected of having done this are the very same people that I was with on that day at the hostel.
Yes, what do you mean?
Usho ukuthini ngalokho?
Ukuthi lokho engakubona shothi ngaleli yalana kwakuyikho kusho ukuthi yibo ababekade bebuya ukukwenza okwakuyinto efanayo naleyo.
That what I saw on that day at the hostel, that they were the ones that were coming from committing that or something similar to that.
Yes, when you say what you saw, what do you mean?
Uma ukhuluma ngowakubona usho ukuthini? Ukhuluma ngani?
Khuluma ngokuphatha ibhamu,
About the carrying of the firearms,
ukubona mafika change,
seeing Mafika changing,
Yeah, Mafika is which accused?
accused number 2
umsolo wesibili,
nabantu bebekhuluma ngakho shothi engathi nibanjwa yena.
and as also the people that were talking about it that I was used to.
So emva kwalokho ngabe sengikhuluma noGeneral Leshabane.
Thereafter, I spoke to General Lishabane.
And who's General Leshabane?
Ubani yena uGeneral Lishabane?
He was my cluster commander.
Kwakuyi-commander ke, cluster commander yami.
Yes, did you Except being your cluster commander, did he hold any other position?
ngaphandle kokuthi okuyi-cluster commander yakho ikhona enye iposition awayibambile?
uma ngikhumbula kahle ngabangumuntu olandela indaba ngesikhathi uminista kwakuvikile Mbalula echaza ukuthi utaskabani ngakhumbula ukuthi wathi naye umtaskile.
Yes, you say he was a cluster commander. Did he hold any other position? Yes, just
remember that at the time the minister tasked people, he also tasked him.
ngoba wayekade ese-province wayengasekho ku-cluster yethu.
Because he was now at the province and no longer at our cluster.
So, court, please, my lord, the state will be calling General Lishabani at the later stage.
Okay.
The witness is going to refer to what the discussions with General Lishabani. Yes, you may proceed.
Ungaqhubeka. Uthi-ke uzombiza-ke yena uLishabani. Ungaqhubeka.
You say you spoke to General Lishabani. He was your cluster commander. Then what happened?
Kwasekuthini-ke ukhulumile noGeneral Lishabani?
Do you remember when you spoke to him?
Usakhumbula ukuthi wakunini ukhuluma kwakho naye uGeneral Lishabani?
uma ngikhumbula ngicabanga ukuthi kwakuhela ka-2018 to 2019.
If I remember well, I think it was the end of 2018, 2019.
ngoba wathi kimi uzokwenza lo msebenzi yena uzozenzela ukubheka lokho mangisho kuye.
Because he said to me that he would do that work. He would look into what I was telling him about.
Yes. What did you tell him?
Yini owamtshela kona?
ngamtshela ukuthi ngikhathazekile mayelana nomdala ngoba abantu abaningi bathi nami siyahostela.
I told him that I was disturbed about this matter because a lot of people are saying that I was also at the hostel.
So wabe sengicela uzozenzela yena uphenyo emva kwalokho uyobuya azomtshela.
He then informed me that he himself would then conduct his investigation and thereafter he will come back and inform me.
Kodwa angitshelanga ukuthi angikhona ehostel.
But I didn't tell him that I was at the hostel.
Izathu songamtsheli kwami ngangafuni ukunikeza the information ukuthi isukami.
The reason why I didn't inform him that I was at a hostel, that I didn't want to give him this information that it was coming from me. And I also didn't have any certainty with regards to that.
With regard to what?
That those who had killed Senzo Meyiwa, I was with them at the hostel.
Yes.
Mangikhumbula kahle bese kufika ukuthi isikhathi la ngathi uGeneral wathi uzozenzela yena uphenyo.
If I remember well, the time came, there was a time when the general had said that he himself would conduct an investigation.
Ngabe sekuthi ngoba ngiphatheke kabi shuthi ngabuza uGwabini.
Because this wasn't sitting well with me, I then asked Gwabini about this matter.
Yes, you had a discussion with Gwabini. Please don't refer to the discussion.
Emva kwalokho uGeneral Lishabani wabese ngitshela ukuthi no. Ngitholile ukuthi ubani. Yes, you were right.
General Lishabani then informed me. Yes, I found out as to who it was, and yes, you were right.
Ngaphambi kokuthi kwenzeke lokho wabe sengazise emva kwalelo phenyo ukuthi okay udibane naye.
Okay. Okay. Before that, he informed me that he had met him. Udibane naye.
Ngathi udibane nabathize bebephenya wadibana noGaza wakathelezi.
Alright.
Like waconfirm ukuthi ngitholile ukuthi unomfana wakathelezi.
Yes. General Lishabani will testify about that. When did you have this discussion with General Lishabani?
Lenkulumo le noma le ngxoxo lena ke naye uGeneral Lishabani waba nayo nini naye?
ngathi 2018 to 2019 nje until 2019 ngoba bekwenzeka bekungabi into esiyikhuluma maybe namhlanje or kusasa bekuba yinto azonayibona something sikhulume.
I would say 2018-2019, it's not something that we would just speak about today, but upon him finding out something or seeing something, we would speak about it.
Yes. Yes, what happened after this discussion that you just referred to?
Emuva kwalo nkulumo ke okhulume ngayo kwasekwenzekani?
Uma ngikhumbula kahle kwabe sekuthi ngabe ugeneral senzo ukuthi asiyibeke le nkulumo singabe sakhuluma ngayo.
General then informed me that let's drop this matter or this talk and not mention it again. The reason for that, if I were to explain that, there were those that attempted to kill me.
Accused number 5.
Those were relatives of accused number 5.
Accused number 1.
According to my knowledge.
Yes, just tell the court about that occasion. What happened?
On my way back from work,
I
slept the following morning. I woke up, there was nothing. I went to the shop to buy cigarette.
When was it more or less?
What was it? 18.
If I was just to correct what I just said as to how it happened.
Shooting out of 2019. Okay.
In 2019, when General Shaban had told me that we shouldn't proceed about this conversation anymore, I then spoke. Yebo.
Head office, SAPS, Telecom Towers.
I then went to the SAPS head office, Telecom Towers. I spoke to Brigadier Gininda. At the time, it was Colonel Gininda.
Yes, but how did you get to him? Just explain.
What did you go to do? Office of the National Commissioner referred me to him.
Yes, when you went to Telecom Towers, who did you go to?
National Commissioner.
I was actually going to the National Commissioner.
So National Commissioner was
then the National Commissioner referred me to Gininda.
Who was the National Commissioner then?
Who Commissioner was Kesa Sitole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then what phela unyaka I think wabuyi 11 November 2019.
Towards the end of the year, it was the 11th of November 2019.
Naturally, I call you from General Shabani and General
I received a call from General Shabani informing me that Colonel Gininda would like to see me.
Then wabe senza meeting ezombona kodwa yenzekanga lelo lana yenzeka date.
A meeting was set up for him to see me, but it didn't happen on the day. He saw me on a different date.
Yeah, which date? On which day did he see you?
I think it was on the 13th
November.
13th November.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who saw you on the 13th of November?
13th of November. Brigadier Gininda.
Yes.
General Shabane
Thereafter, General Shabane called me.
Yeah, but what was discussed at that meeting with Brigadier
Gininda?
On the 13th of November
2019. Asked me, what do you know about the killing of Meyiwa?
Yes.
Yeah.
akukho engangakhuluma ngakho.
I told him that I know nothing and there is nothing that I can talk about.
Yes.
Kodwa ngithema khamba isikhathi ngezwa lezi inkulumo zokuthi abasolwa yilaba.
But as time went on, I heard that these are the suspects.
Just tell the court about what you know. Yes, what happened further?
Okay. Shuthi makusahamba isikhathi ngangizenzela uphenyo mina ngokuthi kungani mhlambe kuba khona inzongo zokuthi kube khona abantu abangilandelayo.
Okay. Then as time went on, I did my investigation as to what is it that there are people following me.
But what was the outcome of your meeting with Brigadier Gininda?
Imiphumela kwaba yini ke yomhlangano wakho kanye naye uBrigadier Gininda?
Wathi uzokwenza naye uphenyo lwakhe.
He said he will do his own investigation.
Kumele ngikhulume ukuthi sakhuluma ngani.
Must I go into the details of what to talk about?
No, it's not necessary.
As a Christian.
Okay. Emva kwalokho kwabe sekuba khona ngabe sengibuyela emuva uGeneral wabe sengibiza esengibuza ukuthi bazi kanjani head office mayelana nalolu daba.
General called me and asked me how is it that they know about this matter at the national office.
Which general?
General
Lishabani.
When did he call you?
Wakubiza nini?
Ngicabanga kwakuyi 19 November.
I think it was on the 19th of November.
Emva kwalokho kwakase kuba yi-18 la engabona khona abasolwa bakubo ngokuba abasolwa bezozama ngokudubula
Bona abasolwa
abakubo.
Okay, 18. Then on the 18th, that's where I saw now the relatives of the suspects when they wanted or when they came to shoot me.
Yes. Tell the court about that.
You sure?
Should not mangiphuma emva nganginemeeting ngabe sengazi ukuthi kunento efana nalo.
I knew that there was something like this, you know.
Then ukufika kwabo kwangenzela futhi babengaqali mangasho ukuthi babengaqala ukufika phakathi nonyaka bafika kodwa babengezi straight babeza ngendlela ezahlukene.
It was not the first time. During the course of the year they came, but they didn't, in other words, approach me directly, but they just came in different ways.
Mangikhumbula kulowo nyaka futhi ngakhuluma nomsolwa number 1 ngoba ngikhathazekile ngaye.
If I remember well, during that year, I spoke to accused number 1 because I was worried about him.
When did you speak to him?
Wakhuluma nini naye?
Kwakunomshado ekhaya.
There was a wedding back home.
Ngakhuluma naye.
I spoke to him.
Then ngabuya ngakhuluma naye ngefoni.
I thereafter spoke to him telephonically.
Then ngangicela ukuthi akhuze shithi ngase ngibona ukuthi laba bakubo bafuna ukudubula angikhuzele bona.
I then asked him or requested him to stop because I now could see that his relatives wanted to shoot me. So I requested him to stop them. And he did that.
Yes, just put that in correct sequence. Well, what happened first?
Are you begging
the wedding or the telephone call?
The telephone call ngakhuluma naye ngakhuluma naye emshadweni.
I spoke to him at the wedding first.
Yes, more or less. When was that?
Kwakunini?
August.
It was in August.
Sabe sikhuluma ngakho ngoba ngicabanga kwakuyinto eyayisiyazi.
Which year?
Kwakuphi unyaka?
2019.
I think 2019.
Yes. Well, what happened during that occasion?
Because wayekaboshwa uMuzi ngaphambili.
Muzi had been arrested before.
So wayengixoxela ngakho lokho kuboshwa.
So he was telling me about that arrest.
But abese ngixoxa nako njalo ukuthi kunodaba futhi oluyinkinga.
That also or he also said that there was also another issue which was a problem which they asked him about.
asimele bona bamaphoyisa enze umqhele lapho.
I then informed him that there's nothing I can talk about. Let's wait for the police to do their investigation.
Did he tell you what that issue was?
Ngabe wakutshela ukuthi kwakuyini lolo daba lolo?
Yebona nje.
Yes, he did.
Yes, so tell the court about it.
Tell him the story.
Wamtshela ukuthi udaba luka Senzo Meyiwa.
He told me that it was the issue of Senzo, the matter of Senzo Meyiwa.
Yes.
Yebo wambeka ngalendlela ukuthi le ndaba kaKhipha.
He said to me, it's the matter or the issue of the goalkeeper.
Noma ayengiphethe kabi nami engangiphathanga kahle.
It didn't sit well with me as well.
Yes, what did he say about it?
Wangitshela ukuthi lolu daba lolu luyinkinga futhi mangakubeka ngesiZulu wathi le ndaba iyinkinga yazi futhi akumele sikhulume ngayo lapha.
He said to me that this issue is a problem and we shouldn't just openly speak about it or just like that and anyhow speak about it.
Nami vele ngangifisa ukuthi ngixoxe naye maybe ngim-advise kodwa akukho engingakwenza.
It was also my wish to speak about it, to speak to him about it or advise him, but there was nothing I could do. We left it like that.
2019.
Yes, but
2019.
tell the court about it. You mentioned earlier on to a telephone call.
Ukhulumile ke ngokukhuluma naye ngefoni.
Ngabe lapho sengikhuluma naye ngase ngicela ukuthi mangikhuluma noMuzi ngabe sengimtshela ukuthi Muzi why abakini befuna ukungidubula.
I then said, when I spoke to him telephonically, I said to him, Muzi, why is it that your relatives want to shoot me?
Yes.
Because I also don't know anything about this matter, and I didn't know anything.
Yes, just a minute. And Moses again, which accused?
Accused number 1.
Accused number 1.
And when was this occasion when you spoke to him telephonically?
Manje umusukhuluma naye ngocingo ke bakunini?
Mangicabanga wathi akekho seMpumalanga izoza ukuthi kwakunini
I think he said to me that he was not in Pumalanga, he was going to come through, but if you say when, I think it was mid-year.
Yes, which year?
2019.
Yes. Earlier on you were telling the court about that incident. You said you went to buy cigarettes. What happened during that occasion?
Ukhulumile ke ngehlandla leli ke owaphuma ngalo uyothenga ugwayi. Kwenzekani ke ngalelo hlandla lelo?
Ngathi mangibuya eshop ngabona imoto ekade ibakile nje aside umuntu ngasela ngihlala ngakhona.
When I came back from the shop, I saw a car that was parked on the side where I was staying. On my way out, it was already parked there because I passed it. But I saw as to who was inside the vehicle. I went past, went to the shop. On my way back, one of the guys from Ntuli produced a firearm through the window.
Then
then I felt that the pinch wasn't yet raised because I raised it late, and then I turned around.
Then I again
called Kwabini.
Just a minute. Now, this incident, when was it more or less?
It was on the 18th of November.
On the 18th of November, I'll show you.
Which year?
2019.
Then ngathi
You say you saw the persons who were in the vehicle. Who were they?
Kwakungobani uthi wababona abantu abesemotweni kwakungobani?
omunye uNkazimulo,
The other one is Nkazimulo.
Yes.
Yebo.
then ngabe sengiyafika
And who's Nkazimulo?
Ubani uNkazimulo?
omunye wama-relative mangicabanga une-relative kaMozi or accused number 5.
It's one of the relatives. If I think it's a relative of Muzi and accused number 5.
And Muzi, which accused?
Accused number 1.
Accused number 1.
Yes, and this person Duli who produced a firearm through the window. Do you know him?
No, yes, I know him.
Yes. How do you know him?
Mazi kanjani?
Imazi lakho la eThembisa.
I know him from Tembisa.
Yes.
Nokuthi ngike ngambona maku
Is he related to any of the accused?
Ukhona ngikholelwa kanjani?
Yes. Which one?
ngoba ngathi mangifika kuGwabini waconfirma ukuthi
Yes. To which do you know if he's related to any of the accused?
I think accused number 1 and accused number 5.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke uyisihlobo sami sokuqala nowesihlanu.
Yes, we may proceed.
Emva kwalokho ngabe sengiya kuGwabini nokuconfirma naye lokho.
As a court, please don't refer to any discussion with Veni.
Then emva kwalokho
Yes.
emva kwalokho ngabe se
You mentioned that you made a call to who did you call?
Ushilo ukuthi khona owamfonela ubani wamfonela?
ngabe sengifonela uGeneral Leshabani.
I called General Leshabani.
Yes, and why did you call him?
Is Zethu?
Ngangimazisa ukuthi namba bezomdubula.
I was informing him that here they are coming to shoot me.
Yes, and when did you speak to General Shabani?
Ukhulume nini naye uGeneral Leshabani?
Ngikhulume naye ngefoni.
Telephonically.
Wathi ngizebuye cishe ofisini.
Then said to me I should come to him at the office.
Yes, when was it?
Kwakunini?
May 19.
On the 19th of November.
Yes, which year?
Nyaka
2019.
Yes, did you then go to his office?
Ngabe waya e-office lakhe?
Yebo ngaya.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Wabe sifike ngitshela ukuthi ngakutshela ukuthi asiyiyeke le ndaba. Uyabona ukuthi izobeka impilo yakho engcupheni.
He then informed me that I said to you, or I did inform you that we should leave this matter. You can see that it's going to put your life in danger.
Yes.
Izathu sokuthi mangithiwa ithi asiyiyeke ingoba wake wangazisa ngaphambilini khona la abakhona nomhlangano no warrant office no General Sibiya and warrant office Makubo.
Okay, so the reason why I mentioned this, that he had said that we should leave it, because there was an occasion where there was a meeting between Warrant Officer Makubo and General Sibiya.
Warrant Officer Makubo.
When was that meeting?
Yeah, in the meeting there. I'll look for the date. I can't remember it now. But it was in the middle of the year.
Yes, which year?
I think it was 2019.
I think 2019.
Yes.
Then kulo meeting esasinayo sasivumelekile ukuthi okay lolu daba siyaliyeka
In that meeting that we had agreed that we are going to lay this matter to rest.
Then why refer abantu ukuthi uyabona ukuthi why izomnqabisa.
So he was referring to that can you now see that is gonna now cause you harm.
Yes, just tell the court more about that meeting where Warrant Officer Makhuba and General Sibia was present. Were you also present at that meeting?
Now okhona kule meeting now.
Yes.
Yes. So what happened there?
Kwenzekani lapho?
Ngafika emeeting uGeneral wayengezile wabe esefonela uGeneral Sibia.
I arrived at the meeting, the general had called me. He then contacted the General Sibia.
Then wabe uGeneral Sibia.
General Sibia arrived.
Then afika wapho walalela phela.
He only listened.
Wabe sibuza ukuthi ubani ngibe uphethe loludaba head office.
And then inquired as to who was handling this matter at the head office.
Wabe sethi Colonel Gininda.
Then said it was Colonel Gininda.
Then uGeneral wabe sethi akufonelwe uWarrant Officer Makhubo.
The general then said the Warrant Officer Makhubo should be contacted.
Wabe sebemfonela.
Warrant Officer Makhubo was indeed called.
Wabe sefika futhi uWarrant Officer Makhubo.
Warrant Officer Makhubo arrived.
Wafika uWarrant Officer Makhubo wabe semchaza uGeneral ukuthi yini le isikhuluma ngayo.
Upon Warrant Officer Makhubo's arrival, General then informed Warrant Officer Makhubo as to what it is or what it was that we were talking about.
General who?
General Leshabane.
General Leshabane.
Yes.
Then Warrant Officer Makhubo wabe seyichitha le ndaba wathi ayikho.
Warrant Officer Makhubo just said that this matter there is no such.
As the court, please, my lord, may that hearsay evidence be admissible. We submit that it's in the interest of justice. There's a second docket that has been brought up in these proceedings, and this communication pertains to that matter.
Just repeat what you just said.
My lord, the state requests that the utterances by Warrant Officer Makhubo
specifically.
I'm sorry?
The utterances by Makhubo specifically.
Yes, by Warrant Officer Makhubo.
Right.
Be admitted in the interest of justice, even if it's hearsay. We submit to my lord that it is in the interest of justice that it be allowed as it pertains to the second docket that has been brought up in these proceedings.
Are you making the application in terms of section
3.1a of
3.1
of the hearsay
of
Act.
1988.
88, indeed, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Ramsipiri. There's an application in terms of section 3.1 of Act 45 of 88, the Evidence Act.
Well conversant with the section, my lord.
Hello?
I am well conversant with the section of that act. However, my lord, the exigency doesn't meet the threshold of that section because Warrant Officer Makhubo is alive. He can come and testify in this court, my lord. We don't have to have hearsay from this witness. He can come and speak for himself in the box, my lord, as the court pleases.
Yes, Mr. Nisi.
Exactly, madam. The state has furnished the court with no specific reasons why Mr. Makhubo cannot become the court to come testify.
The reason he says it's there's a second docket. Is that the reason, sir?
Yes, indeed, my lord.
That's the reason. He says there's a second docket relating to this matter. That is why he says it is imperative in the interest of justice that the evidence which this witness adduces after having had a meeting with Makhubo should be rendered admissible here in the interest of justice.
And that is a faulty application, my lord.
Hello?
That is a faulty application of the provisions of the section because it can only cover instances where the witness, on whose credibility the testimony of this witness that currently testifying is based, is unable to be called either because he has vanished or is dead, then the hearsay should then be admitted in the interest of justice, but without specific indication that that witness does not fall in the category of him being deceased or him being untraceable. He must be brought to court here, my lord.
Okay.
Longer money.
My lord, I share the very same sentiments with my colleagues. Thank you.
My lord, above the submissions made by my learned friends, my lord, the state is referring this court to a blanket of evidence which is referred to as case 375. There is no reference made to that particular statement referring to the utterances that the witness is talking about. For example, my lord, if the state wants to say Warrant Officer Makuba has made the statement to the effect of what the witness is testifying about, and that statement is shown before court that it is contained in the docket 375, and that particular portion of evidence is also read or showed into the court, then we can understand the interest of justice, my lord. And above that, the warrant officer, my lord, is still available.
As a court, we don't want to belabor the point, not much tense on it. We can leave it at that.
You're withdrawing the application?
Yeah, as a court pleases.
Okay, the application is withdrawn.
Senzo kutoka inales khona budaba okushiwo la ubufakazi ngento eyashiwo wina ke umafubo kodwa bathola ukuthi kuzoba inkinga kodwa umshushu usathe akasakhulekile ngalolu daba lelo.
Yes, there was a discussion with Warren Makubo. Then what happened further?
Kwase kuthini ke emuva kokuthi ukushilo lokushilo Makubo asakhulumi ngawo siyadlula khona kwase kwenzekani kamuva?
Kwenzekile futhi ukuthi ngidibane naye for okwesibili kubani Warrant Officer Makubo.
It happened again that I met Warrant Officer Makubo for the second time.
Colonel Buthelezi
kanye naye Colonel Buthelezi.
When was that?
Kwakunini?
What's the meeting? I think we did
It was now a second meeting. The other meeting with the general had now finished. It was now another meeting.
Do you remember which year?
So,
about 2019.
I think it was 2019. Sorry.
Yeah.
I will check for that.
So, what was the purpose of that meeting?
What we in so yaleyo mhlangano lo.
Nami ngangazi because eqaleni wayithe ayikho.
Okay. I also didn't know because at first they said that
as a court, please don't refer to the
asangeni imininingwane ukuthi kwakhuluma kwathini.
Yes.
Ufuna nje ukwazi inhloso.
Who initiated that meeting?
Kwakuwumbono kabantu ukuthi abe naleyo meeting.
Colonel
Buthelezi.
And what was the purpose of the meeting?
Inhloso. Kwakuyinhloso yomhlangano.
Kwakuthola ukuthi mina ngazi ini,
to find out as to what is that I knew.
Yes, did you tell them what you knew about the man?
I told him what I knew.
Yes. And what happened thereafter? You may not refer to what they said.
Siyandlulile manje ubatshelile ukuthi wazini siyandlula ke kwase kwenzekani emuva kokuthi ubatshelile. Now with Colonel Buthelezi.
Yes, after the meeting with Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo, what happened further?
Ufikile umhlangano wandlula lo kwakwala Makubo noButhelezi kwase kwenzekani emuva kwalokho.
Emva kwalokho bukubekile isikhathi ngoba
the time went on because it was still in that year. It was a busy year.
Which year are you referring to?
2019. I found myself being busy.
Yes, why do you say you found yourself being busy?
usho ngani ukuthi wayethola ubhizi?
ngoba naye uKenneth Buthelezi wabe-accuser ukuthi ngivela uKelly Khumalo.
Yes, you may not refer to
accused by
what
Buthelezi.
what happened further. You said it was a busy year. What happened further?
Kwasekwenzekani?
Okay.
Right, yes, we are at a point where you had a meeting with Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo.
Sindlulile manje la le meeting.
What happened after that meeting?
Kwenzekani emva kwalo meeting?
ngiyakhumbula kwaba ne-incident yokuthi kuthiwe kuboshwe uMuzi.
I remember there was an incident where it was said that Muzi had been arrested.
Yeah, who's Muzi?
Bani Muzi?
Accused number 1.
Umsolo wokuqala.
Then kwabe sekufika abangubo futhi
Again, his relatives arrived.
beza e-police station
They came to the police station.
bezombuza ukuthi actually bambuza ngokunye.
They asked me about something different.
Babazi babengibuza ngoMuzi kodwa mabulalela inkulumo.
And in that, they were asking me about Muzi,
Uboshwa kaMuzi.
about his arrest.
So akukho engangikwazi ukuthini ubosheleni akukho.
I knew nothing as to why was he arrested.
Was he arrested in connection with this case?
Ngabe wayeboshelwe lona lecala leli? No.
Yes, and when was it more or less?
Kwakunini?
I think June
I think it was in June.
Which year?
Nyaka?
2019.
Same year, 2019.
Then
Yes, we proceed.
Yep.
emva kwalokho kwabe sekufika
Yes. Yes, you mentioned that you had a meeting with Brigadier Gininda at Telkom Towers. Were there any further meetings between you and Brigadier Gininda after?
Sorry to interject, my lord. I keep seeing that the witness is perhaps poring or looking at something.
What is that? What is he looking at?
This is my paper. This is
Oh,
my notes that I'm
okay.
taking.
He's looking at what?
No. I just wanted to know.
He's not reading it, he's looking at it.
All right.
This is what I'm writing.
Yes. Thank you. You mentioned the meeting that you had with Brigadier Gininda. Were there any further meetings with him?
Ukhulumile nge-meeting ka-Brigadier Gininda. Ngabe kwazazikhona ezinye i-meeting ezazikhona?
kwenye meeting after Telkom Towers ile afika kuyo kimi Aviator Kempton Park.
Except for the meeting at the Telkom Towers, he came to me at Aviator Kempton Park.
When was that?
Kwakunini?
Kwakuyi-13
13 zayiphi inyanga kuphi inyanga? 13 November.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he alone at the meeting?
Ngabe wayehamba yedwa kuleyo meeting leyo?
wayengezanga yedwa wayehamba nomunye ubrigadier.
He was not alone, he was in the company of another brigadier.
Yes. Do you remember his name?
Usalikhumbula igama lakhe?
ngikhumbula igama ngoba waye-introduce ngegama mayigama.
I remember the name, the
Tony.
what's he?
Tony.
He introduced himself by name, Tony.
Yes. What happened at that meeting?
Kwenzekani kuleyo mhlangano loyo?
babe sebengibona nje ngokwazi ukuthi ngazi mayelana naleli.
They asked me about my knowledge as to what is it that I knew about this matter.
Uma ukhumbula nami akukho engangikwazi wakuphatheka ngaphandle kwalokho engangikushilo manje.
if you recall, there's nothing tangible which I knew except for that which I have already alluded to.
ngabe sengimtshela ukuthi nami anginalwazi lakho ukuthi kwenziwa yibo or yimi or whatever babekusho ukuthi kwenzekale anginalwazi lakho.
I then informed them that I didn't know as to whether it was done or committed by them. I had no knowledge about it.
Yes.
Yebo.
Then emva kwalokho wabesethi naye uzozenzela uphenyo.
After he said that he was going to conduct his own investigation.
If you say you had no knowledge whether it was done by them, what do you mean?
Ukuthi ngangeke ngithi nginesiqinisekiso sokuthi yibo ababulala uMeyiwa
that I wouldn't tell lies to them and said that I had certainty that they are the ones that killed Meyiwa.
Yes, who are they? Who are you referring to?
Uma uthi wonke ukuthi yibo ababulala uMeyiwa ukhuluma ngobani?
Ngabasolwa.
The suspects.
But emva kwalokho ngabe sengiba nolwazi olwami lwalo personal ukuthi I was sure ukuthi yebo yibo.
But thereafter I had my own knowledge where I was now sure or certain that indeed it was them.
So if you say it was them, who are you referring to?
From accused number 1 to 5.
From accused number 1 to 5.
And why do you say so?
Ngenxa lesi sigameko esenzeka ngaleli langa ngikhona.
Sorry, because of the incident that happened on the day when I was there.
Yes, which incident?
Yes. That they came back and they had firearms
and they
celebrating his death.
Yes. How was it celebrated?
They celebrated with a bottle of whiskey.
Yes, why do you say it was celebrated?
It amazed me or it surprised me as to where they got that from. And thereafter, and thereafter allegations are directed at them.
Yes, but
and thereafter Muzi himself speaking about it with me.
Muzi, which accused?
Number 1.
Yes, which occasion are you referring to?
Telephonically and nasekhaya.
Telephonically and at back home.
And if you say telephonically, which occasion are you referring to? And if you say back at home, which occasion are you referring to?
To the incident of
with regards to the incident of requesting him to stop them.
Requesting them to stop who?
Like
his brothers were planning to kill me. And also him telling me that it was about the incident of the goalkeeper.
And when was that occasion when he told you about the incident of the goalkeeper?
It was in August.
What was the occasion?
It was my sister's wedding back home. He was also present.
What is it in particular that made you suspicion regarding his utterances? During that occasion?
In the manner in which he said it and how we were discussing it.
yangitshengisa ukuthi unolwazi ngalo.
It showed me that he had knowledge about it.
Yes, what is it in particular that
Yini le
made you to gain that impression?
yini le othi yona eyakubangela ukuthi ke cha manje usiyangitshengisa ukuthi uyazi.
Ukuthi washo ukuthi kuyinkinga.
He said that it was a problem.
Emva kwalokho kwathi makuza buza omunye saye ukuxoxa ngayo koza asibanga saqhubeka ngayo.
And when someone else now approached us, we stopped it and we didn't discuss it anymore.
Yes, anything further that you wish to add?
Khona okunye ofisa ukuthi kwengeza? I think that's enough. That I can still recall.
Now, what was the last meeting that you had with General Leshabane?
Kwakuyini umhlangano wokugcina owaba nawo naye uGeneral Leshabane?
Kwakuyi-19.
It was on the 19th November 2019.
And what was the outcome that was arrived at that meeting?
Yini noma isiphi isinqumo esathathwa kulo mhlangano lo wange-19 November 2019?
Mangikhumbula kahle ukuthi siye ukukhuluma ngalolu daba.
If I remember well, that we should stop talking about this matter
Because why by informing abanye such as the National Commission?
because he had informed the others such as the National Commissioner.
Waqinisekisa ke ngokuthi ngophenyo lakhe abasolwa.
And he assured me that as far as his investigation went, that the suspects were the right ones.
And the last meeting that you had with Brigadier Gininda, when was that?
Umhlangano wokugcina owawunawo noGininda wawunini?
Every message to the statement.
It was a statement. It was when I now wanted a statement from me.
No, but I'm referring to you mentioned that you met him at Kempton Park in the presence of another Brigadier Tony. Were there any other further meetings after this one?
Ushilo ukuthi wahlangana naye ke Aviator eKempton Park kanye ehamba nomunye Brigadier Tony. Emuva kwaloyo mhlangano khona umunye umhlangano waba nawo noGininda? No.
And what was the outcome of that meeting?
Kwaba yini
decided?
Isiphi isinqumo esathathwa kuloyo mhlangano lo kanye noGininda lo waseKempton Park?
Ukuthi uzozenza uphe.
That he was going to conduct his investigation.
And just for record purpose, when was this meeting?
Umhlangano lo uthi wawunini? 13 November 2019.
Now you refer to Warrant Officer Makubo and Colonel Butulezi. Did they take any statement from you regarding the matter?
Ukhulumile mayelana Warrant Officer Makubo kanye no Colonel Butulezi ngaba bona ikhona istatement noma istatement abasithatha kuwena mayelana nalolu daba? No.
Just maybe finally, are you able to describe the 9mm that you refer to, that you say you saw in Mr. Gwabeni's room?
I-9mm le othi wayibona-ke lapha egumbini lakhe uGwabeni ungakwazi uyichaza?
noma isikhathi sesiside ayiside kakhulu isikhathi.
It's been a long time, a very long time.
Yes.
Angeke ngithi ngoba akukho mhlawumbe ngathi ngayishuta isithombe maybe kodwa ngoba isikhathi eside kakhulu yenzeka le nto.
There's no way where I can say I took a picture of it and it's been a long time since the incident happened.
Yes. But just a general description.
General.
Objection, my lord. The witness has already indicated that he can't.
Yes.
As a court, are you able to give any other description beyond what you've just said?
Ngaphandle kwalokho osukushilo khona nje okunye ungakusho ngaphasi ngaphandle kwalokho oqeda ukusho.
Objection. That's the same question. It goes back to the same answer. He said he can't describe it because this incident takes a very long time.
Okay. It's nothing tense on that, my lord. We leave it at that. Just maybe
able to describe it. I'll tell you why. He says it's a 9mm. It's not a description. That's the means. All of you, when he says it's a 9mm, that's not a description. It's not a description.
It is, but you cannot go further. It is, but you cannot.
But when you say
it's a 9mm, you could have said it's a .38. Okay, you've heard me.
No, I don't understand what the court is actually saying because you see,
Mr. Rapeles, do you understand me?
No, I don't understand.
Okay, fine. We don't understand each other. No. It's because you guys, sorry, you didn't object when Mr. Baloi said, can you describe the 9mm? That was your question, right?
Indeed, madam.
He said, he didn't say firearm. He said, can you describe the 9mm you saw at the room of one? Who's that guy? Gwabeni.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I can't describe it because
That's
it's a very long time incident.
Fine. I would have expected you to object.
Yes.
Okay.
Why should we have objected?
Because he's leading the witness. He should have said, can you describe the firearm which you saw?
Yes.
That's a world of difference.
Yes. I think I said that, my lord.
Okay, fine. Let's leave it. Nothing turns on it.
But nothing turns on it. We just want to maybe finally show you some further photos from Exhibit S.
Exhibit S.
Yes, page 20. Yes, page 22. Page 22. Page 22 of Exhibit S, my lord.
Okay.
Just waiting for the photos to come up on the screen. Yes, what is your comment regarding this picture? Page 22. You can also look at the screen.
I would say I see Gaza.
Yes, which accused?
Accused number 3. Accused number 3.
Photo 23.
23.
Yeah, Uganda.
Gadla.
Yes, which accused?
Move Msola.
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
Photo 24.
24.
Ngibona nomunye kodwa ngibona ohleli phansi.
I see someone else, but I see him. He is seated.
Who?
Ubani.
Uganda.
It's Gadla.
Yeah, which accused?
Msola.
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3, and another one. Yeah.
Yes. Is that the only person you recognize?
Khona omunye engimbonayo kodwa angiphinde kumsukela ngenzeni. Ngizothi yena ngimbonayo.
There is someone else I see, but I don't. I would only say now that he's the only one that I see.
Okay. Photo 29.
29.
Yeah. Ohleli phansi.
He's seated.
Yes, who?
Ubani.
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
Photo 31.
31.
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
Which one?
Move it. Come back here. Here he is.
Page 35.
35.
Or maybe just before 34.
34. 34.
34 alikuwa hiyo.
34 is not that clear.
35.
35.
Yeah. An objection, President, probably to assist my colleague here. In all the photos that have been cited here in court where accused number 3 appears with his dreadlocks tied at the back with a wool. Photos are not in dispute. Photos do not lie. This is just to assist my colleague, Mother. You can spend the whole day trying to demonstrate that this is accused number 3, number 3, number 3. At the end of the day, it is him. Specifically with those hairs that are appearing on those photos.
Now, maybe he's not going the way you think he's going.
Okay.
Are you going the same way?
The only way that Technici can assist us if he makes formal admissions in terms of section 220. That is the only way, my lord.
Okay.
Page 35. Yes. Do you recognize anyone there? And who is that?
Accused number 3.
Accused number 3.
In any of your meetings with General Shabani, did photos of the accused feature?
Kumhlangano obenayo naye uGeneral Shabani ngaba izithombe zabasola khona la owatshengiswa khona izithombe zabasola.
General Shabani.
Yes.
Showing me.
No. Did photos of the accused feature in any of your meetings with General Shabani?
Feature isn't speaking about?
Yes.
Ngaba khulunyiwe yini ngezithombe zabasola kwimihlangano obenayo noGeneral Shabani?
Ukuthi akayibukanga izithombe. So uyithombe angitshele ngazo kwayicelile yini kodwa yena akukho azenazo ngene wathi nazo.
Not that he came with pictures to me and said to me, here are the pictures, but he did request for some photos from me.
Yes, just tell us about that occasion.
I didn't have photos of accused number 3.
Yes, whatever.
Yes. Accused number 1.
I had photo of accused number 1.
I think accused number 2.
And I think accused number 2.
Yes.
Only.
Yes, what did you do? Where did you obtain those photos?
Wawuyithola kuphi lezo zithombe lezo?
ngithathe efonini kusheka kwabini
From Kwabini's phone. The witness is whispering, my lord, says he'd like to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. That's time.
Yes, as it's almost time for the long adjournment.
10.
It's now 11 minutes to 1. In light of the discussion that we had in chambers,
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe it should be an appropriate time then to adjourn to tomorrow, in light of the request of the defense.
Indeed, so my lord, that was the arrangement in chambers. If I can find out from my learned colleague how long he still has to go with this witness, perhaps we can utilize the full 15 minutes, my lord.
We almost at the tail end. We're almost done, my lord. This is the last question.
The last question.
Yeah, if he can just be allowed to go to the
Yeah, what
bathroom.
in Nyanga Nyanja?
No, he said you must go. Domini.
Agakhona. Let's adjourn. Right. Okay, we'll adjourn until tomorrow then.